Hi, this is a very short video. I'll try to make it very short about the 5 R's that I have presented. Normally we know 3 R's: reduce, refuse, recycle. But here we want to make it more specific. And let's start by refusing. What sort of things in your life, products, can you refuse? So imagine you go to the metro, to the underground, a subway, however you want to call it, and you get a free copy of a magazine or a newspaper. Well, that is then waste that it's your responsibility to get rid of. So refuse as much as you can. That pen in the conference, all those freebies that come in different places. Refuse the cutlery that you get in fast food places, or straws. Cutlery, it means the fork, the knife, and the spoon. Refuse as much as you can. Reduce. So reduce your own consumption of things that are harmful for the environment. Number 1, plastic. Plastic takes a long time to recycle. It takes a long time to rot. It doesn't really rot. And it takes a lot of resources to recycle. So how can you reduce the amount of plastic? If you think of a supermarket, everything comes wrapped in plastic. So let's say a bag of rice, for example. And then the option is to use a bulk buy system, so buying by bulk, or going to a bulk store and buying the same rice, but taking your own container and filling it in with your with the rice that they sell. It's also cheaper, or it's less expensive than in stores, so you also save money. Here I have an example of also using a mayo container for tea, which is actually very good and always cheap. And by doing this, I do not use tea bags. And I don't use tea bags that come in a plastic cloth, and also they come in a paper bag. So I'm reducing a lot of consumption there. Reuse is the next one. Reuse is basically give something that you use another life. So an example of this is yogurt. I love yogurt. I'm a big fan of yogurt. So I tend to buy this one when I'm on a diet. Is the 0 fat, and if not, we eat the other one. Currently is a 0 fat. So what have I done with this? I stopped taking them to the recycling because it is recyclable. It says here it's recyclable, number 5. But instead of recycling it, I'm going to reuse it. And what do? I do these pots. If you like them, you can ask for them, and I can give you one with nice flowers and plants on top. I also use them for bulk buying. So I clean them very well, I paint them, and then I can use it for other things. Another form of reusing, which I'm not a big fan of, and we'll talk about that at some other point, is to take all the plastic that you cannot recycle into an eco brick. Basically, it is so hard that it can actually be used to build things. But then my impression is that people think that they can always get away with using plastic by doing this. And actually, I don't know, it's just plastic. It's just disposing them in a different way. And then repair. I have a printer, it doesn't work, but I know it's cheaper, or it's cheap for me to buy a new one, but still I'm going to try and repair it. Repair your clothes. I've repaired all my clothes. And about reusing this, well, now it's a little bit not very good, but secondhand shop. I'm giving, someone used it, I'm giving it a second life. Recycle. So what sort of things I recycle at home? Because I have reused, repair, and recycle as much as I can, I only recycle wine bottles. I'm very guilty about that. And milk cartons, and paper, the paper of your tests, that type of paper. And it depends how much you recycle depending on where you live and what are your places where you can go and recycle. But basically, everything can be recycled. We also, here at home, we recycle aluminum cans for beer and preserves like tomato. And rot, well, this is my mini compost. This is just for you as an example. I keep this in the kitchen. I have a compost outside. In my balcony, I do not have a lot of space. I live in an apartment. And here I can put things like this, which is a peach that is rotting. And now, because of the circumstances, all the recycling points and the compost posts in my neighborhood are closed. So I'm finding out what to do with them. But those would be the 5 R's.